If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me?
I don't really have much topics. I went and saw Jurassic World, so like, I kind of want to talk about how there's no more original movies.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it is sad.
Yeah.
We're starting?
No.
Are we going right
No,
now?
not yet.
Oh.
Not, well, I mean, we
No,
can. I don't
just-
care. We can keep this in.
I discovered the world of Harry Potter fan fiction.
Okay, before we get into that, let's just go. All right, what's up, guys? This is Better Than Static. I'm Tyler, and tonight I got with me, as usual, Chris. I got Chris with
say
me.
hi.
Oh, hi!
And I have my friend Lucas with me.
I was distracted.
Hey.
Yeah, we could tell. But yeah, okay. So let's just keep rolling. So let's go on about this Harry Potter fan fiction, Chris.
Okay, look. I was... okay. So, I listened to a podcast called Binge Mode, and they're doing a series on recapping and talking about Harry Potter. And it got me back into Harry Potter. And I'm like, there's nothing for me to read. They've all been written. I've all read them multiple times. So I was like, I'll just go on to this Harry Potter subreddit and read about what people are. If anybody has any interesting topics that I can read through just about it, just so I can find something. And then I ran across somebody had linked a fan fiction that was like 46 chapters long.
My goodness, who has that
Holy
much
crap.
time?
I mean, I read it all.
No, I'm talking about the person to write it.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just really like Harry Potter. So I started reading that, and I'm like, it's not even remotely canon, but it was something. Now that retrospectively, it wasn't a very good one because a lot of the stuff was out of character for a lot of the characters.
Give us the plot summary. What happened?
God. So it's an alternate universe where at the beginning of the story, Harry's in a dungeon because he's getting ready to get killed by Voldemort. He's been caught for good.
Okay.
But then he's chilling out in the dungeon, just getting ready to die, I guess. And so he gets a cellmate, and the cellmate's Bellatrix Lestrange. And so she's like, what's she doing? No.
Isn't she on Voldemort's team?
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Oh, okay.
What's she doing in the dungeon? I thought her and Voldemort were like buddies. And so it turns out that she had done something bad, well, good, I guess, since it was against Voldemort. And so he dungeoned her. And then she was like, this is the end. Harry, kill me. Please. And then he's like, no, I'm not going to kill you. And then basically, she forces him to stab her with this mirror thing, but it transports him back in time.
What? How does it even happen? Okay, first off, does it explain how? Does it just say that they're in the alternate universe, or do you go through the story arc of how they get to the alternate universe?
No, it starts.
It storts.
It's an alternate universe based on the fact that it's Harry. It's been Harry's 20 and he's in a dungeon, so obviously things didn't happen the same way. So there's no.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then Harry does time travel stuff.
It
46
sounds
chapters.
very interesting.
I mean, it was at first, because he meets Bellatrix back then. He meets 6-year Bellatrix, so she's 16 or 17.
Wait, what? So he's older than her? Or no, after he time travels.
Yeah,
time travel.
He goes back to 1975 or something. So I guess 20 years. He goes 20 years in the past.
Well, that's super weird. That takes a
Do
lot.
they hook up?
Well, not when she's 16 and he's 20.
He was 17 or 18. I don't know. Look. They do end up getting married, though.
Harry and Bellatrix?
In the alternate...
I knew it.
It takes a long
knew
time,
it.
in my defense.
And the time traveled alternate reality.
Okay,
But
so they
she's
marry.
good in this one.
Yeah, I get
I mean,
that.
I
Because he
understand
can
that.
go back and alter. Yeah.
So they get married, but does he travel back to the future
Not
at
to the
some
future
point?
he came from. Not to the future
So
he
he
came from.
changes because she is now good. She doesn't fall into the Voldemort
Yeah, she doesn't
thing
get with
and all that
Voldemort.
stuff.
She's him and her end up looking for Horcruxes. Shut up! Stop laughing. It's a word that's in the story.
You Horcrux.
Also, just for people that Chris is talking to his mom, not you.
So they're like Voldemort like finds them, and like Harry ends up. So the thing is, the mirror thing like it's a time traveling device, but it activates with blood.
That's weird.
So like, it's Harry Potter. Why are you saying,
Yeah.
oh, it's weird?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's just,
it's magic. It's got to have some type of.
So basically, what happens then is like Voldemort finds them looking for this one. They attack him, but in like an explosion, the mirror like stabs Harry, and so he sends both him and her into the future, another 20 years, back into like 97. But it's 97 absent of all the stuff that happened in Harry's first place.
yeah, that would make sense.
So like his parents that died in his first universe are still alive, but they have 3 children. Sirius Black is married with children.
It sounds
Yeah,
like a
so-
happy ending. I kind of like it.
What was the thing Tyler said? Married and
My wife and kids.
my wife and kids, children.
My wife and
My
kid.
wife and kids instead of married with children. Because we said
Starring
because we
Ted
asked
Bundy.
because we asked him
Yeah,
who
Ted
Ted Bundy
Bundy.
was, and he was like, "Isn't that the guy from My Wife and Kids?" That's very funny. Sorry.
No, I mean
yeah.
it's hilarious.
So I read that one because I've had a lot of time to read this week, and I read another one that was like a better one, and it was if Ginny was sorted into Slytherin instead of Gryffindor. So that was kind of, and that one didn't change much except for that, so that was kind of cool.
Do her and Harry still date?
I said it. The only thing that was changed was that she sorted into Slytherin.
Oh,
That was it. Like
the-
that didn't.
But, I
affect
mean,
the timeline or anything.
But it was
She didn't
told from
turn
her, it
evil?
was told from her perspective.
Oh, the whole thing
Oh,
was from her
gotcha.
perspective. Okay. Well, if you're interested in that, email us and I'll get the link from Chris for that stuff or the Reddit
And I'm
post. or
currently
whatever.
reading a different one right now, but I'm not.
Well, whatever. We'll get you some good fanfic if you're interested in that.
And they're not all weird. I avoid the weird ones.
I believe you.
I don't believe you because that first one sounded a little weird.
I mean, it's not as weird as.
There's some weird ones out there. I avoid
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's new with Chris. Chris actually has some new stuff, which is cool.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah. Well, so okay, so is that the only fanfic you've read ever?
I had never read any before that. I just happened to stumble across it, and then I was like, did something to do with Harry Potter. I'll read it.
What about you, Lucas? You ever read fanfic?
I've never read fanfic. Some of the YouTube channels and stuff used to read fanfic for like a try not to laugh segment kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's my only experience with it ever. And it was always like real raunchy and just like bad.
Mine aren't.
Just not good.
Chris,
Mine are nice and wholesome.
I don't believe you. I think there are some that are raunchy, and
The
you
ones
just,
I read are.
I think you got some that you're hiding from us, Chris.
I've only read like the 2.
Okay.
The only reason I put them down is when they get too out of like this is like the other one I read was like Harry was like arrested because he got framed for murder between his 5th and 6th years, and he was in Azkaban but escaped. Found a castle. Yeah, it was like this is stupid. I quit.
Yeah, that's a little too far out of there for
Yeah,
a
I
world
need 'em-
that
if
has
I'm
a
reading one, I
wizard
need 'em to-
school
I-
and can.
Yeah, and was like a jerk. I'm like, no.
Wait, who was
no.
a jerk? I couldn't hear you.
Ron.
Ron was a jerk? I could see Ron being a jerk.
No.
Yeah, Ron could be a jerk.
He's a loyal friend.
Thought Ron was a jerk.
Ooh.
Yeah, but he was only a jerk because he was wearing the Horcrux.
Yeah, but
around
a
next,
dick
it was
is a
making
dick
his
is a
mood worse.
dick.
Ron was
No, but-
wearing a Horcrux?
In
It
the
was the
seventh one.
the locket. The little locket. thing.
Sure.
I think Lucas thought he was a jerk way before the last two.
I don't even.
That kind of hurt Chris's feeling. Do you have like a thing for Ron, Chris?
No, I just take up for him. People hate on him too much.
Honestly, don't even know if I watched the last movie.
What
I
was-
have it if you want to borrow it.
I don't really care.
Oh, okay.
No, I know I watched it because I remember him killing Voldemort.
That would have definitely been the last
Yeah,
one.
that was.
Yeah, that was the second part.
Did
but-
you watch Fantastic Beasts?
Yeah, I watched Fantastic
Voldemort
Beasts.
didn't die in Fantastic
I know,
Beasts.
but like I'm asked, like, cause like he
Yeah.
said he's not watched one. I figured that would be the one he didn't watch.
I watched it and regretted it. Sorry, Chris, but I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I was growing up, but I've kind of gone out of it big time.
No, the magic is still real to me, man.
So so while we're on the fact of me, like, of people growing up, I grew up because I've realized that I don't like the Jurassic Park movies anymore. Like, I like the original one.
I thought he was going to say, because I realized I like girls.
No, like, I watched the new one, and it's basically the second one, and it's basically the Jeff Goldblum one with Vince Vaughn, like second Jurassic Park movie, and then the first Jurassic World movie just put together because there's a new dinosaur and things get loose, and they save things from an island. Like,
Isn't that every single one?
no, because the first one, they just, like, everything goes wrong on the island. Like, so Jurassic Park and Jurassic World are the same movie, and then Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic World 2 are the same movie. So I assume someone's going to go back to the island and get lost, and they have to send a rescue party for the last one. Because that's how the
Probably.
Jurassic Park 3 was.
Yeah, the first one, Jurassic Park, was good.
Yes.
Like it
agreed.
was very, very good. 2, it was still good, but not as good as the first one.
Yeah, okay.
It took a
Still there.
step down.
Yeah.
It took a step down. From there on, I could care less.
The third one, like, was entertaining. Like, I wasn't mad about it, but, like, I wasn't.
But it wasn't. The first one was like more of a thriller
Yeah.
instead of an action adventure kind
Exactly.
of movie.
And I think that's how they all needed, like, that, like, that'd be really good if they were all like that, because it's not like, oh, look at this dinosaur. It's like, oh my god, this dinosaur is gonna get me. I just don't know when.
I mean, it's the scene that I always hear people talking about is the kitchen scene.
Yes.
Kitchen scene where the raptors are like hunting them.
Yeah.
Not any of the new stuff where you have a giant megalodon shark jumping out of the water and eating a T-Rex or whatever happened in that movie. I
Yeah.
don't even know. It was just
It was like, I watched it
mess.
and I was like, okay, that's cool. They're making another Jurassic Park movie, and then I'm like, oh, it's the same as the first one. Yeah, you can stop. I don't really care anymore. But it also, like, there are no new idea movies, really. Like, Get Out was like an original idea. A Quiet Place I thought was an original idea, and Chris brought
Baby
up
Driver.
Baby Driver was an original idea. Chris brought up Tag. He wanted to go see Tag because he thought it was an original idea, and I applauded that because I think it's also an original idea. But there's not, like, that's about it. I don't, like, there's nothing else there.
I mean, I think the big movies, like the giant blockbusters that are making billions of dollars at this point, are rehashes. I mean, they're brands that everyone knows. It's kind of like video games. That's why there's 100 Call of Duty games, because they know if they put Call of Duty on the front of it, it's going to sell a lot. So, like, it's just that kind of thing where it's just a name that everybody knows.
Yeah, and
So-
like I can't stand people for like, man, I wish they had like comic book movie like awards. I'm like, no, none of them
No.
deserve award. Like Logan
There's not
is,
enough movies.
Like,
There's not enough movies that come out.
Right.
Only about that
Yeah.
per year to awards anyway.
and like the only good movie that is superheroes was Logan. And Deadpool 1 was good. Like I'll give it that.
yeah, I mean,
But Deadpool 1 didn't deserve an award. Like Logan, I thought deserved an award.
but what award? Like, what one thing did it stand out?
Adapted screenplay,
There you go.
Okay,
maybe supporting actor or Patrick Stewart.
Supporting
Yeah.
actor for Patrick. So I could see that, or a supporting actor.
I
like-
don't know who
for,
won
like, the little
supporting
girl.
actor.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying a nomination.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't even get nominated?
No,
I don't think it-
nothing that is tied to like Marvel or any superhero ever gets nominated.
Well, I mean,
I mean, they'll get
one that
nominated for
did.
special effects and like makeup, but they're never going to get
Yeah.
nominated for actual things like
Suicide Squad won an
That one
award
doesn't
for,
count though. Like that doesn't
those for
count.
makeup.
Yeah.
I know, but it won for makeup. But the one that I know, Heath Ledger,
Well, he
The
won.
Dark Knight, he won.
Yeah.
And The
But
Dark
would he
Knight
have won if he hadn't have died?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, here's the
Because
thing about
I mean, that
that was a crime movie more than it was like it was almost a thriller. It was
Yeah.
almost a psychological thriller too, because like Joker get inside people's head.
I still
Joker
think
Phillips?
Yeah.
I still think if they cut out all of Batman's scenes outside of him interacting with the Joker, the
Where's
movie would have
Rachel?
been a whole lot better.
Yeah, I can see that.
Even though it was still really good, but it gets kind of boring whenever Joker's not there.
That's true. Like,
Troops.
did Birdman win anything? Like, I know that's not like an actual superhero movie.
The rapper?
Yeah, Birdman. Birdman was a basketball player.
No, the
Oh,
Michael
yeah, he was
Keaton
awesome.
movie.
Chris
I
Anderson.
think it was nominated for a bunch of stuff, but
I think it won Best Picture.
did it?
It was either
I can't- I
nominated or
couldn't
it won.
remember.
I can't remember.
I think it won.
I couldn't remember if it won or.
I thought Whiplash
I
won.
think that came 14, or if Whiplash won.
I thought Whiplash won. No, because J.K. Simmons got Best Supporting Actor for that one.
Holy crap! It has 191 4 Oscars.
Wait, what?
It won 4 Oscars.
Birdman did?
Yeah, Best Motion Picture of the
Supporting
Year,
actress?
Best Achievement in Directing, Best Writing Original Screenplay, Best Achievement in Cinematography, and it was nominated for Best Lead, Michael Keaton, Supporting Role in Edward Norton, Supporting Role in Emma Stone,
Dang.
and Sound Mixing and Sound Editing. How in the world was it? Oh, cinematography. It won for that. Okay.
Yeah,
never mind.
because it was like it was made to look
It
like it was
was-
one continuous shot.
Yeah, it had one cut in the entire movie.
Yeah, it was the last scene, wasn't it?
Yeah, it cut from.
From
Spoiler if you haven't seen it. Whenever he shoots himself on stage to the hospital, that's
Yeah.
whenever it cuts. Sorry, Chris. I don't know if you've watched that movie or not.
I don't think Chris would like that movie.
No, I don't think a lot of people would like that movie.
That's when we were like in our actual like movie snob stage, Lucas, when we were still living together.
No, I love that movie. It's amazing.
Like I didn't say I didn't like it. I'm just saying like we were trying to watch all the ones that were nominated for Best Picture that
Okay.
year.
I still do it. I got Lady Bird is on Amazon Prime, so I'm gonna try to watch it maybe this weekend.
I watched a
Uh,
trash movie. So I watched Laser Team 2. I watched a bunch of
It's not
sequels.
good.
I've watched a lot of like reboots and sequels here recently. I also watched Ocean's 8, which is like the reboot of the Ocean's movie with
Yeah.
the ladies. and it wasn't bad. I would equate it to Italian Job.
Oh, come on, Italian Job is good. It's really good.
Italian Job's
Is
fun.
that the movie about the guy that is a plumber and then ends up in another kingdom, saving princesses and stuff?
What?
No. No.
Are you talking about
That's
Mario
the-
Brothers?
No.
Could be. No, Italian Job it's Jason
I know.
Statham. Oh, okay.
I know there's an older one too with Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually went by the roller coaster, or well, it's not called Italian Job.
Everybody who's been to Kings Island has been by the roller coaster.
I rode that roller coaster and it made me really sick.
You big
Plus,
wuss.
like a lot of those parks have a ride that was the Italian Job at some point.
Yeah.
It's not that special.
It's not. I went to Kings Island yesterday, though. Took the kids
that's
from church.
How'd that go? Anybody die?
Nobody died. I finally got to ride Banshee, though. So you remember we took the road trip to go watch them announce Banshee being like...
Okay, well, we also went to the park.
Yeah, we went to the park,
the
but like the whole reason we went to the park was to like stay that night and watch
Yeah.
Banshee be like released. Well, I had
yeah.
never ridden it, even though I was there the day it was announced until now. So it's been like 2013.
Where'd you ride it?
I rode it in the front, I rode it in the middle, and I rode it in the back.
Back seat. That's where to be.
I just wanted to try it all. I think I rode it 4 times. It was good.
Back seat's the place to be on that ride.
Kings Island's a good theme park. I like it. I like it a lot. Carowinds
Pretty
I liked a
popular
little bit
place.
better. And then
Kings
I
Island's like one of the 3 most visited seasonal parks in the country.
want to go to Cedar Point. I haven't been, like, of the company that owns Carowinds, Cedar Point, and Kings Island, I've not been to Cedar Point.
Me
They own a
neither.
whole lot more than that.
They do? I thought that, like, but
yeah.
that's their big 3, right?
I think their big 3s probably include Cedar Point, Kings Island, and then probably the one near Toronto, probably.
I'm not going to
That's probably
Canada
the
anytime
other.
soon.
I hear it's lovely this time of year.
I'm sure it is, because it's probably not as hot as it is here. It's been hot as balls.
Hey, trust me, I know.
You've probably been out there in the...
Yeah.
You still liking
yeah,
the
I have
job?
been. I haven't had time to think about it, really.
So you just doing... That's like, once you get into the grind, in the groove, you don't really think about if you like it or not. You just kind of do it.
Yep.
No, I feel
Pretty
you
much.
there. So I have a question for you guys, and it's a question that's
Is it personal?
No, although I could
Okay.
ask one of those questions too. So there's a guy at work, and he eats a lot of soup. Okay, now just stay with me. A lot of like liquid-based soups, like nothing real hearty.
Liquid-based soups as opposed to what else?
Well, chowder's powder-based.
I don't think that's... I don't
Just stay with me. Liquid soup. Liquid
Wait,
soup.
what's this? What
Not a
is
lot.
chowder
I got
based on
you.
powder?
A
Just 'cause it
broth.
rhymes.
Yeah,
broth.
broth-based. Broth-based
Okay.
soup.
It's like just because it rhymes.
That's whatever.
Chowder power.
Chowder powder.
It's not based on powder either. You're making it from scratch.
But anyways, the question is, if you have a diet of just soup, do you have to poop or do you just have to pee?
Are you out of your mind?
What? Do you know the answer?
You would have to poop.
They go to different places. What do you...
Yeah, but if it's all broth based, it's like drinking and eating doesn't like.
Okay, so is he just drinking like chicken broth, or is he eating like chicken noodle soup?
It's like Mexican rice soup that's very brothy.
Okay, so there's
But like,
rice.
let's say it's just the broth.
Yeah, you would. I think you would still have to poop.
What's your basis on? What if it's all liquid? Like drinking and eating, you can't differentiate. Your body doesn't differentiate that. So if it's all liquid, it's just gonna pee.
Here's what happens, Tyler. Let me sort this out for you. It all goes to the same place, and the waste is sorted out and goes to 2 different places. So it really doesn't matter.
But what if there's no
you do.
solid waste? Like if it's all broth, there's no solid waste made.
Then you're having diarrhea.
It's just liquid poop.
Why can't you just pee that?
Because it's from a soup. You don't pee soup.
How do you know you don't pee soup?
Because you pee, you drink water, and that's the waste that comes out of that. The broth in the soup goes out the poop.
You don't know that for sure. You're just making crap up. Because, okay, so, like, I think...
Siri, if you eat
Hold on, I'm
soup, do
Googling
you
it.
pee it or poop it? She said that wasn't nice.
Okay, I just found this article, and the opening line of this is, "My best friend's graduation ceremony starts in 10 minutes, and I'm trying to suppress vomit at a speedway."
That is the best.
Also, here, try this on for size, Tyler. When you do, if you're constipated, the doctor says drink more water.
Yeah?
Oh, wouldn't that make water go poop?
Water helps you move, like, stuff around your body.
Yeah, but where does it go? If it's not even being peed out at all, it's just staying in there.
It doesn't mean
It's gotta go somewhere.
No, it's just lubricating your intestines. It's not actually pushing it out.
Because that would be a great impression.
It's lubricating your intestines to help it slide out. It's not like it's actually... You're not actually pooping it.
What a great impression that would be. I've only been here twice. Sorry. Okay.
What was the
I'm discussing
impression?
something off camera that I can't.
Okay.
So let's hear
Google's
about the
not giving
article.
I guess I could, couldn't I? Just leave afterwards. I was just saying I could. My mom said I could ask a doctor person I know about it, and I said I don't want to.
I mean, we could definitely ask him.
I don't want to though because that would be a very embarrassing question.
I'll do it. I'll say Chris
Good.
had this question.
No. 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 I have to be looked at in a good light.
Okay, I will
Oh,
ask.
here you go, Kirby. Here you go. Here's a counter argument. So babies,
Yeah,
newborn babies, they only drink milk.
yeah.
Aha!
Do they poop?
Yeah, but milk's got, like, consistency.
Okay, milk has nutrients. Water also has nutrients.
Water
Like, I
does
don't
not have
know-
nutrients. Water is water.
Well, it so good for us if it didn't.
What was that? You cut out.
I said water wouldn't be so good for us if it didn't have some kind of nutrients.
Water doesn't have nutrients. Water just is a lubricant, and it also hydrates us. It doesn't actually give you, like... You can't just live off water.
Well, if it didn't have nutrients, why wouldn't it be good for us?
Chris, to have
Yeah, but
nutri-
It's just a...
Your nutrients.
it's not nutrients. No, it's not.
H2O, baby.
Water is not nutrients.
Dihydrogen monoxide. We got it.
What?
Dihydrogen monoxide. Two
That's what
hydrogens,
water-
one oxide.
Yeah, that's... But for, like, nutrients, it has to have, like, vitamins or fiber or something. It can't just be water.
I've seen vitamin-enriched water. What you talking about?
Well, then it's a vitamin enriched. It has nutrients. It's not just water.
There we go. I rest my case.
That doesn't even solve the argument.
Okay, so like if I drink maple syrup all day,
You would poop. Maple syrup is like syrup.
I know what
Okay.
maple syrup is. Thank you for explaining
So
it.
why
syrup.
not chicken broth
What?
or beef broth? Why would you not poop if you had chicken broth or beef broth?
Because there's stuff in that
Strictly.
broth.
You don't know if there's... Like, what if it's strained?
There's
Well, what gives it the
nutrients
flavor?
and other things in the broth.
There's something in that broth that can be separated into the water that was put into it at one point.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you drank just pop, would you have to poop?
Yeah.
There's stuff in the pop that separates from the water. What do you... Like, pee is just water, as like water waste.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, it's the water waste that comes from the pop. It comes from the water that you don't need.
Well, then why is there ammonium in it?
Because it goes through your bladder. It's going to pick up some stuff along the way.
Well, how'd that get there?
Because your bladder... How'd the bladder get there? What?
No. How'd the stuff that it's picking up get in the bladder?
It traveled through places to get there.
Like what?
The stomach.
Like
and
your
the
body.
intestines. Your mom's the anatomy teacher.
Yeah, I know.
You
I
should
should
know.
go
Yeah,
ask her
go-
this.
Go
Have
give
a
you
gu-
go,
have a
go give a
guest
shout
star on
out
the show.
to Miss Kirby.
I will ask her this, and we'll answer it next week.
Okay.
Dang, I don't have any other. I don't have any other topics.
Here's an answer I just found on Google. If you a liquid only diet is what I found. Less poop, not necessarily. Less solid poop, yes.
So it's you're peeing out your butthole.
No, you're pooping out your butt. You can't pee out of
That's
your
what
butt.
diarrhea is. Diarrhea is poop or peeing out your butthole.
No, it's not. If you can, then you need to go see a doctor immediately.
Got another
You're
question.
astonishing.
Wait, what?
I said you're astonishing. My goodness.
You know, I just ask these questions because I want to see what your all's answers are. It's not that I don't actually know.
Should we have a Tyler or Google?
What?
Yeah, for sure.
Tyler or Google?
We could do that.
Good lord. How
So,
did you... Is that what you do
with
at work
the-
all day, thinking of these
Just-
dumb questions while the state pays you?
No, I do that on the toilet.
Trying to figure out how you can poop less.
Well, trying how to figure out how to make my poop easier to come out.
Drink water!
I drink tons of water, dude.
Drink more than that.
I drink like 2 or 3 of these a day.
It's not enough.
I'm just gonna take like 4 gallons of water into my system.
I had a donut today.
Okay. Was it good? Was it a good donut?
Dense. Like, I haven't had a dense donut like that before. It was like more like cake, almost.
A cake
It's
donut?
the best kind of donut.
Dude, you need to go to McGee's next time you're in Lexington. McGee's has the best cake donuts. Well, best donuts in Lexington, I think.
He's has the best donuts.
But
in
it
Lexington.
had
Roadshow.
orange. It had orange icing on it.
Was it like actually orange flavored or was it just orange?
It was orange flavored.
Okay, because like, well, it's like, you know, like the Halloween Oreos are just orange.
Yeah, but it was at a locally owned donut shop. It wasn't at Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, I didn't know. I was just asking.
I woke up halfway across the state. Now I'm here.
And you made it. We're super happy.
Hate driving on I-75. Stupid.
Dude, okay, so we were so worried we weren't going to get these kids home before 12 last night because the interstate was shut
They're
down.
not on curfew.
I had to work today. I worked from like... So we're trying to get them home by like the latest 12.
When'd you guys leave?
We left the park at 6:30 and then ate at...
And it took you 6 hours to get home?
We ate. We stopped and ate.
How long
It
did you
still
stop and eat
took you-
for?
Well, okay, so we
3 hours?
we left the gate of the park at 6:30. It took us 30 minutes to get everybody on the bus and everywhere. Then it took us 30
Well,
minutes to
that's
drive to go
stupid.
eat. And then it took us like an
Leave
hour
the
and a
kids
half.
there if it take that long to get on the bus.
Listen, man, it's getting
You got to do head counts.
Yeah.
and-
I got a lot of
Yeah.
responsibilities.
Buddy
man.
system.
Well, some of the
Just
kids
make sure buddies don't pair up like in couples as a boy and girl. Ooh, I
Well,
want that.
that's called red and blue mix. You don't want purple. You gotta keep the reds and the blues separate.
You sounded like one of the chaperones on my Washington D.C. trip.
Listen, I'm a chaperone now.
Purple
That's
was
how
the
I-
number one
no,
thing that
listen.
wasn't supposed to happen on that trip.
That's how I know I'm an adult now. That's how I'm a chaperone on like stuff.
Don't we're mixing.
don't be mixing
Leave
colors.
space for Jesus.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
like,
but what if they counteract with what about space for the Holy Ghost?
wait, what?
Because they say make room for Jesus, but the Holy Ghost is like he's a spooky ghost man.
Well, it still doesn't mean you don't have the room for Jesus.
It was a joke, Tyler.
As a bad one.
It wasn't horrible.
I mean, it wasn't
Sometimes they say-
good.
Better than yours.
What joke have I
I
made that
didn't
wasn't
get it.
good? Okay.
Pull out my list.
On this episode, what joke have I made that wasn't
You
good?
haven't made any jokes.
Exactly. I don't make them unless they're good.
Yeah, okay. So there's your bad joke.
But yeah, and that's how I know I'm an adult. Is I have to give the kids a speech. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if I would do it, still probably don't do that.
Yeah. Don't do
Don't do
anything,
anything I
I
would.
would do, and don't do anything I would do.
Yeah. Because I do things just because I don't care. A lot. But We made them. We got all of them up there and all of them back in one piece, and it was great. We all rode all the roller coasters. It was awesome. But yeah, also I got glasses this week. But if you're watching the YouTube video, you probably saw that. I got them today actually. I got them to help. Like, so my eyes get really dry out when I play video games for my contacts. So I need to, like, let my eyes, like, air out. It's actually been pretty good. It's been pretty pleasant. I still gotta get used to, like, the weight on my nose because I'm not used to that.
Yeah, I hate wearing my glasses. I only pretty much wear them whenever I'm driving or if I'm outside of my apartment. I don't even wear them at work anymore because I can see up close. I just can't see far away.
Well, like, my thing is, like, I don't have a bad prescription, but you can definitely tell the difference.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same thing with me. Like, I could function without them, but it's a lot easier with them.
Has
I
there
didn't
been
wear
any
'em for,
weird
like, 6
explosions
years.
again since I've been gone, Lucas?
I heard one like 30 minutes ago.
Was it like the UPS explosion, or was it like those weird ones we heard that one time?
The weird ones like we heard that one time.
What was the
Oh,
weird ones you heard that one time?
When was that? That was...
That had to have been like that. Was I already out going about the state at that point, or was that when I was still at the radio station?
I don't remember. I think it was last week. I don't think it was that long ago.
What kind of explosion was it?
It wasn't an explosion. It sounded like firecrackers or something like that. There was 4 of them. But the one I heard today, I'm 99% sure it was a trailer that closed. Like somebody slammed the door on the trailer or something
It's like
that.
outside your apartment.
Yeah, outside my apartment. And then I heard one yesterday. So my neighbor across the way from me moved out. And either moved out or got robbed. I'm not sure. I didn't ask the guys. So
Lucas just minds his own business.
yeah, like I heard them talking and stuff. And
Were they
there was a big
whispering?
moving
Did they
truck
sound like they were
outside.
hushing their voices?
No.
Then it
no,
probably
they
wasn't a
were-
robbery. You don't
I
want to be
know,
too
I
loud.
I just said that for fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
they're bad at robbing.
But yeah, they're awful.
Yeah. They were bad at moving too. But they carried down like a dresser, I guess, or a table with a glass thing on it or something. And I heard them trying to slide it in, and the next thing I heard was just.
Ooh.
And one of the guys was like, "You all right?" He was like, "No, the piece is broken." He was like, "I don't care about the piece. Are you okay?" It was funny.
That would be like, that's why I've never hired anybody to move stuff, is because I don't want it just to like get broken.
Yeah, get thrown in or something.
Yeah.
I think it was like, it had to be family, just the way they were acting.
Yeah,
I don't know if, I don't know. I didn't know the person. She was only there for like 2 months. So I don't know.
Lucas, you don't talk to your neighbors? How dare you?
Heck no, I don't talk to my neighbors. Just come in
I
here
talk
and
to his
sit down.
neighbors.
Did you?
Do you talk to my
No.
neighbors?
No, I
Oh.
don't.
I gotcha.
I make
don't know what
that
to say. You're a
like.
better neighbor than I am.
So you know that weird smirk you make, like when you like, oh hey, I know you live, like I know I've seen you before. Like I make that at Lucas's neighbors because like when I stayed there for a month, I was like, hey, how's it going? You know.
I don't even know what my neighbors look like.
I know.
Like outside of the one that used to live across the way from me, no idea what the other ones look like.
I know there's a guy on the bottom floor, the one under you, and I think he has a beard. That's about all I know.
Possibly.
I just see
One
him
of them
go.
watched me fall one day.
One of them watched you fall.
Yeah.
Did
it
they
was,
say anything?
No, I was kind of embarrassed. It was whenever I was working at KDMK, in Mount Sterling, an hour away
Yeah.
from where I'm at currently. I was trying to put that in perspective to people that don't know where I'm at. But, so I had to wake up at leave my apartment at 6:30 to get to work by 7:45 because that's whenever I had to be there.
Yeah.
But it was icing that morning, and I go down the steps of my apartment. I live on the second floor. Go down the steps, and there's like a little sidewalk. Sorry, there was something weird going on.
I think your apartment's haunted, Lucas.
Might be. I don't know. But there's like a little curb that goes around a little grassy area. I went to step on it, and it was frozen, solid.
So you just busted it.
And yeah, I went down. I kicked a car and landed in a whole bunch of dirt. I was running late, and there was a dude going out to his car. He didn't even look at me. I like shot back up, and I was like, "Man, it's slick out here." And he was like, "Yeah, sure is." I was
like you could have died, and he like, listen, if you'd went down,
didn't even see me fall. Didn't even see me fall.
If you would have went down and like just stayed down, he would not have come help you. Like if you had like cocked your head out, you would have died right there. You would have died.
Yeah.
So I have a similar story from college when we were living at Newtown. So like I was running late, so I had my breakfast in my hand, which was peanut butter sandwich that day, and I was walking. And like slipped right in front of like everyone, just everybody that was going to class. And peanut butter sandwich was all on the front of my jacket. And then my hand busted on the curb, and I like almost like busted my head on the asphalt. Nobody helped me up. Like, what is wrong with people nowadays? They don't even come help you up. It's just a bunch of crap. Like, what if I'd been actually hurt? I tried to sue Newtown, and they weren't having it. They said, well, that's not in our lease. We don't cover that. And I was like, you right.
I feel kind of bad, though, because I've been on the other side of that situation, and I totally... Well, so this was freshman year. It was like the first like week or two of classes. I was walking back to the dorm, and I went a different way than I usually do. I went the long way. Just because, you know, I'm weird like that sometimes. But this chick was riding a bike on the sidewalk, and I was walking on the right side, you know, with the sidewalk, and then somebody was walking this way. So she went to get in the grass to go around us and then pop back up on the sidewalk. But there's that little tiny, like, offset between the sidewalk and the grass. She did not adjust for it, and she went down hard.
And you just walked past her, didn't you?
And well, I had my headphones in and my backpack. You know, I was.
You were too busy for it. Is what you're trying to say, Lucas?
I was just got out of class at like 5:45, and it was like I've been in class since 8 that morning, and I was like, man, I just want to go back. And I did stop and take my headphones out, and you could tell she was okay. She kind of did what I did whenever I fell. I just jumped up as fast as I could and was trying to get out. So like I stopped and took my headphones out, but she was already up, and then I just put them back in and kept going. Like I didn't stop and be like, are you okay or whatever, you know, and all this stuff. And she was just like, as soon as she fell, I mean, she didn't like hop back on her bike or anything. She stood up and was just kind of like standing there. And I was just like, I guess you're okay. So I just kept going. I feel kind of bad about that, because I was like, you know, maybe she was just like stood up in a panic and was actually like hurt.
Terrified. She was just terrified that she was hurt. She's like, if I can stand up, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Similar thing is happening to me, but I actually helped the person. It was a girl. She was in Ugg boots, which are just like, you could see she was struggling to stand back up. So I helped her up. Like where Ugg boots are like really slick on the bottom, she was like on ice and like could not get back up. So like I just like gave her a hand up and got her like non-ice patch, and then she was good to go. But I do feel bad because one time I left somebody in an elevator that was stuck.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, you can't really do anything in that situation.
No, well, I'll give you the whole story.
You got out and then you left her?
No, I wasn't in the elevator. She was stuck, and I just took the stairs.
Newtown elevator?
Yeah. So there's like this bridge that went over.
Never take that elevator.
There's a bridge that went over the railroad tracks. Well, they had like stairs and then elevators to get up and over. Well, this one chick, I could see her, like, she got on the elevator, and I watched her get on the elevator and it go up, and then she couldn't get out. Well, I just went up the steps, and she was like kind of knocking on the door and stuff. And I looked, and I was like, I should probably ask her if she's okay. I said, "Are you okay?" She goes, "Yep." I said, "Did you call someone?" She goes, "Yep." I said, "All right, I'm leaving." She goes, "Yep." I just kept walking. I was like, I just wanted to make you like.
Yeah.
That's like
I've
one of the
seen
most
that.
awkward things ever.
Yeah. Because you can't do anything. I mean, that's the thing. Like, the best thing for her is to stay in the elevator until they come and get it fixed.
Like, and, you know, it's not like I'm a mama bear and that's my cub and I get the adrenaline, like, rush of, like, can lift a car or whatever, you know? Like, that happens,
Tear
right?
the door open.
Yeah, like, I have
throw it
no
up.
attachment to that person. How am I going to get the adrenaline rush to save them?
Consider just saving him to save him and be nice.
How am I going to get an elevator door open, Chris?
With the jaws of life.
Because I own a pair of those.
Any toolbox wouldn't be complete without him.
I got these jaws. Oh gosh.
I got Archibald. And I got
Diego.
Josephine.
Josephine wasn't the one little girl.
Equality, bro.
Okay, that's true.
It's his weak arm.
This arm is only about 70% as strong as this arm.
Because Chris is left-handed, so Josephine's his right arm.
No, Archibald's my right arm.
Wait, your right arm is stronger than your left arm, yet you're left-handed?
This is the big fist.
Oh, I gotcha.
This is just my left arm.
I don't think a lot of our viewers get the big fist reference.
The lifestyle, people, don't worry about it.
The big fist life didn't... Chris didn't choose the big fist life. The big fist life chose Chris. I reached out and grabbed him with the big fist. Let's just hope that doctor that's going to give you the colonoscopy doesn't have a big fist.
He's not...
Anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an awful friend.
Because I wasn't looking forward to it before.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm an awful friend. I'm really sorry.
That's alright. Can't wait for Monday.
It's like the war. It's on a Monday
Monday.
too.
I only miss one day of work that way, though.
Just another manic Monday.
So Sunday's going to be real fun.
Yep.
I mean, that's how the song goes. So.
Sunday's my fun day.
No. I don't think anyone has ever used fun and colonoscopy prep in the same sentence before.
Is there any word that resembles fun that you can spell with words of colonoscopy?
What?
So, like, you know how like you can spell words with letters of another word?
Yeah.
Where's the letter F in any of that?
No, you
like
could.
a word that would be fun. And I got
Cool.
one for
You can spell cool in colonoscopy.
I got a better one for you.
Go for it. Yeah.
Colonoscopy.
What?
Pool.
Lucas
I'm
likes
just
things in his
joking.
butt.
Pool. The pool is fun.
The pool is fun.
I would just spell it out. I don't know how to spell it.
How do you spell colonoscopy?
You got
COLON colon OSCOPY.
spoon.
Spoon. Yeah, spoons are fun.
Spoon can be fun.
Wow. What a great. Wow.
I'm just gonna spell nopey because that's what my answer is to a colonoscopy.
There's no E. Mopey is
I
not.
said
Copy.
nope. E.
Making
Like
copies
N-O-P-Y. What'd you say, Chris or Lucas? Copies?
Copy.
Copies are not fun. All right, so this is what we stoop to. Make Chris on his colonoscopy. He'll make it. You just keep Chris in your thoughts.
I'll make it. I mean, yeah, it's a colonoscopy. I'm gonna make it. It's just they might find something bad.
They do the colonoscopy. They come back. You have 3 days to live.
Actually, you know what? I'd be okay with that. I'd be like, that's only 3 days. It's like in a weird way, if like they said, oh, you have like a year, I'd be like, Like, if I have 3 days, I don't have time for it to set in. So I'm like, okay, fine.
I felt like I just died from that colonoscopy. I guess I'm ready for death.
It's going to be the 4th time I've been put under in like a year.
That's got to be a record.
No, I don't. For me, 5 people that get put under more than that in a year, but
Who? No, there's no way people.
really, really sick people.
Lucas,
like
did
a
you get
baby
put
that's
under
born
more than
with,
4
like-
times in a year?
Not in a year, but fairly close.
Well, a year
to
and
it.
2 months.
I mean, I had 3 major surgeries by the time I was 1.5.
Aha!
Like major, like hip bone to hip bone, like tubes hanging out of me and all sorts of crazy stuff. So
See?
yeah, I don't remember it.
Is that the
But it
finger they're
happened.
going to do the colonoscopy with, Chris? It's just going to go. All right, I'm gonna. Okay, before I lose
So-
friendship of Chris, we should probably end this episode.
Oh dang, it's already been an hour.
Yeah. What were you gonna say though, Lucas?
I was just going to change the subject because I thought we needed something
Well, go
else.
for it. We'll keep going a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say, since Chris was reading all that Harry Potter fan fiction, and we talked about bad things and all that stuff, I read it this week.
Yeah, you said you were reading it or listening to it last week. Yeah.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. It's good. It was good. It's weird. It's
Yeah, I
real
mean,
weird.
yeah. There's that one scene that didn't make it to the movie.
Yeah, and I know why.
Yeah, I told you about it before you read the book.
I mean, I knew about it. But like
You didn't
it got,
prepare yourself
it's,
for
it's
it.
like in the last like hour of the book. So like the book was 44 hours long, and I was sitting there listening to it and listening to it. I was like, okay, well, because the book is different. I haven't watched either of the movies, but I feel like it would be different because it tells 2 stories. One of them fighting it as kids, and then 27 years later, them going back and fighting it as adults. So I don't think in the movies that they tell the adult portion of the story. So
They do not. Well,
once I've
there's this in the original. There's the original it where it's them as kids, and they do a second one, and it's them come back as adults and do it. So they have 2 parts.
oh okay, I didn't know
think.
there were. I thought it was just the one original and then the one that came out last year.
Now I think there's 2 original it movie it's the 2 parts of the book, but they still leave out the one portion of all innocence being lost. Yeah, that's probably safe. But the new one just does the kids.
Yeah. So I just, yeah, it was a miniseries. But anyway, so I was like, well, maybe, like instead of that happening, going on, whenever they were kids, maybe it's, happens whenever they're adults. Cause I was like, that whatever. And a portion of the book kind of started making me think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But nope.
No, it happens as kids.
No, they're kids, 11-year-old kids.
So I've never read the book or watched either of the movies. Is it like super graphic or does it just like skim over it? It's like, oh, this happened.
Like, God, it's pretty graphic. I mean, I don't know how much I want to get into it.
Well,
on this, but-
let's not talk, I didn't know like if it was like something like, oh yeah, this happened, like they're telling the story like, and then there's this one part and then they just like go on to the next thing, or if like they actually stew on it.
Yeah, no, they explain each one. Well, Stephen King's explains each one, each interaction.
That's okay. So similar. 13 Reasons Why is awful because the kids on the bus yesterday told me about 13 Reasons Why, the new season, and I was like, you guys should be watching that. Like, I wouldn't want to watch that as an adult.
Like, I know it got I haven't watched it, so I don't know. I just know from what I hear people talk about, and usually that is overblown by a lot, but like a lot of people saying they like glorified like suicide and stuff like that, and
It didn't glorify it, I don't think, not in my opinion. I don't know. I've not watched it. I've read
Right.
reviews. But like they've made another season of it. And like there's this
Yeah, I knew
bullying
that.
thing, and like I'm like that shouldn't be on. Like I don't like that at all. I'm not pro bully or anything. Like you should say, hey, no bullying, but don't go that much detail in it because that's gruesome. That's just not about it. But yeah, Equalizer 2 is coming in July 20th. That's gruesome.
Equalizer 2.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were making another one.
Yeah.
I'm worried about that movie.
There's also Sicario 2. Another
Yeah,
gruesome movie.
I'm not gonna watch that.
I might. I
They-
like.
The first one was good. This one is not gonna be like the first one.
Yeah, it's not. It's gonna be
It's
super
just
different.
gonna be a straight like shoot 'em up movie, and that's not even in the same vein as the first one.
Yeah. The first one was really good.
Yeah,
It made you think about it a little bit, but it's still really good.
and Emily Blunt's not in it, so
Yeah,
there you go.
she's beautiful. All right. On that note, you beautiful people, thank you for watching. You guys are all great. If you want to keep being great, go give us a follow on Twitter at BTStatic or Facebook, facebook.com/BTStatic. If you want to be even more super great, go review us on iTunes or Google Play or whatever podcast listening app you're using. Or you can even do that on YouTube. You can even like, subscribe, and share, and we'd really love that. And if you want to tell us anything or stuff, just email us btstatic or btstatic.pod@gmail.com. Yeah, got through that. Also, if you want some cool swag from us, we got t-shirts and stickers at www.teespring.com/stores/betterthanstatic. So I think that's all of the stuff. Oh, and in 2 episodes, we're going to have a special guest. So be on the lookout for that. It's an author. We're getting pretty high quality guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thanks for watching. You guys are great. Catch you guys next time. Hopefully this episode gotta catch them all. Hopefully this episode's been better than static. Bye.
If I find my way home, yeah.
Have you ever been reading through a stack of comics and thought, hey, maybe I should see what this Arkham Asylum game is all about? Or been playing Marvel vs. Capcom and felt like you were at a real disadvantage because you didn't know who half the characters were? Well, Play Comics is the show for you. I'm Chris, and each episode, I take a look at video games based on comic book properties and how well they stick to that source material. So, whether you know the comics and want to actually learn how these games work, or know the games and want to know what the hell is going on, go check out Play Comics at playcomics.com, the Brain Trust Bros Network, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts.